Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of The Crimson Cure. My apologies for us starting very late today. My apologies for that. I never intend to come late, especially this late. This is later than normal, but I do apologize for that. Thank you, Siobhan, for your super sticker, sweetheart. Thank you, Dale, for your contribution as well. Appreciate you. And thank you so much, Steve, as well, for your contribution. Appreciate you as well. So, I wanted to come and talk today about what winter is actually like. Of course, who made that saying popular was Kevin Samuel saying winter is coming. Well, it's here. And I want to actually take a look at a video. I'm going to show y'all a video. And I want the ladies to pay the most attention. I want the women to pay the most attention to this. Okay? Because this is the fate of strong, independent, boss chick. I won't settle. Men got to make $1 million an hour. You know, the men aren't this, the men aren't that, blah, 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 blah. Can't get along with a man. Can't be submissive to a husband. Can't find a relationship mainly due to your disposition, your mindset, your behavior, and your choices. See, it's not having a problem with single for the sake of having a problem with single. But so many women complain about singleness and not only that. Thank you, Theo, for your contribution, sweetheart. Not only the whole deal with being single or whatever, but I want the women to pay attention, because as you listen and nod your head in agreement with women about how you can't settle for men and how men are this way and men are that way and men are lacking and men aren't up to snuff, so you might as well be alone. Excuse me. And that should be okay because women can make it by themselves. Women have peace by themselves. Women do not need men in order to feel whole or in order to feel. And let me go off on a tangent a little bit, because y'all be talking about being whole before you get into a meaningful, healthy marriage and relationship. No. You are one half until the other half is there. You can be functional. You can be healthy. You could be ready to receive a relationship, ready to be involved in a relationship. But you are not independent, which is what whole implies that you have no need of anyone else in your life. And you do. Because we get to a point, both men and women, where you do need it. The strong desire is there. I'm going to show y'all a video that illustrates the end result, the outcome of that whole boss chick, strong, independent, I don't need no man mindset. Without any further ado. Now, before we start, what's with the armpit hair, bro? Okay? What are we doing with the armpit fro? So let's start there.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Injection, fellas. How does that make
Mike. I cut the sound on purpose. Yeah. Yeah. Now, as this plays in the background, the first thing that I want y'all to notice, aside from old girl having Jim Kelly in a headlock in the beginning, you've got nothing but females. Not a man in sight. See, people would think, oh, they're cheating on their man. No, they're not. They don't have men. All right. They don't have men. They have dudes that sex on them, but they ain't got no men. Let's just understand that point right there. Okay. The desperation of the independent boss chick is such. I need y'all to pay attention for 1 second. The desperation of boss chicks is such that this man, who is a chef, found a niche business that he could cater not only food at functions like a normal chef, but that he would also give quasi-sexual attention to the women as he fed them. I need y'all to think about what you just saw. The desperation of women is such that there is a market that he found that he could fill with not only catering dinner, but also providing semi or quasi-sexual attention to women who cannot get this attention, who can't get the attention otherwise. So it's him and 1 or 2 other dudes Somebody's got the skill set to cook. I assume it's the guy in the white jacket that's the chef. And then one or two other dudes that provide the massaging and the dripping the chocolate all down your breasts and all this other foolishness that's happening. We know sex is jumping off. Let's just understand that part. It is not stopping at the dinner. Okay? More than them lamb chops is being served up. And I ain't gonna hold you. The lamb chops did look good. They seemed perfect temperature. Anyway, I want you to look at what he's doing. They're putting bananas down these chicks' throats, choking them slightly. This one's got her booty out. She got a dress with her booty out. This one's standing up twerking. Okay. You got feeding grapes with the chocolate and drizzling. You got massages going on. And then you got food being served. Okay. All to get, yes, they are. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. They are allowing, listen, they are allowing a random men that they did not know. It's the same thing with the river massages in Jamaica. Okay, it's the same thing with hiring the masseuse guys. Y'all, I know y'all seen them videos where he all between her legs and he don't oil her booty down and he steady rubbing her booty. Listen, you know they paying a pretty penny for that. The men ain't over there for free. That is not free. Then women gotta come up out. Y'all got to come out of them little 6-figure pockets you claim you got and pay men, random men, to give you the attention that lionesses get for free from their husbands. You gotta pay out your pocket. And if I was him, I'd charge him so high, baby, you wouldn't be able to see the price, baby. Woo, I charge him so high, baby. Woo, I make so much money. I hope he cleaning up on these lonely sorority chicks, lonely college graduate chicks, lonely, I hope he clean up.
Since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing,
I hope he clean up. I would take him to the cleaners every time. Oh, them prices would be so high, baby. Oh, them prices would be higher than a giraffe neck. Because you are so desperate as a female that you have to pay. A lioness could never. That you got to pay men to touch you and give you sexual masculine energy. You got to pay. I want you to, I'm drilling that point. You have to pay money to men to give you sexual masculine attention because you so trifling that a man would not give it to you for free. He would not. You got to pay. A lioness could never. Do you understand that a lioness could never? I wouldn't dare pay any man to touch me. Because you know why? Know why a lioness could never? Know why a lioness could never? Because we know how to get the attention for free. We know how to act as women. You know what we get? Know what we get? We get male sexual attention and his relationship attention constantly from one man. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk that a lioness's husband, especially if she set the ambiance, she said, baby, I want you to, he be like, oh, yep. Because we're able to get a man's sexual attention and his relationship attention all at the same time. We don't have to choose one or the other. And we don't have to have 3, 4, 5 men to cobble together. We don't have to have 4 men to cobble together the 4 P's. They come in a single package. It's called the husband package. The husband package. You know the husband package where you act like you got some sense as a woman and you know your place as a woman and you know how to be feminine and you know how to be submissive and you know how to be a lioness, and then a lion come along. And then a lion come along and put you in his pride. And then you know how he give you provision and problem solving and protecting and procreation. Know how he give you that, and he don't blink 2 eyes before he do it. He don't before he do it. He don't give you a million excuses why he don't do it. Y'all know nothing about that. Y'all know nothing about that. And we're the weird ones. We weird. We the pick-me's. We don't know what we doing. Winter done came and made women the Johns. Y'all the tricks now. You spend so much time trying to have a man trick off on you. Now you got to trick off. Now you got to trick off. Oh, that little 6 figures, it better come in handy, baby, because you're going to have to pay, baby. You want a man to look at you? Pay. You want him to touch you? Pay. You want him to give you masculine light even for a little while or 1 or 2 hours? Pay. You want him to have sex with you? Double pay. Want him to give you the boyfriend experience? Triple pay. Meanwhile, over here on Pride Rock, Weeze is getting that's there for free. Never, ever, ever in my long-legged lioness life have I ever had to pay money. Are you kidding me? Money. To have a man touch and want to touch and want to come over there and be masculine? Money. Money. Money? Oh, baby, bye. The only thing I have ever had to dispense is femininity for that. The only thing any lioness has ever had to dispense is femininity. You know what I give my husband? You know the payment that I give my husband for husbanding? My femininity. I give him submission. I don't question his leadership and authority. I don't undermine it. I don't argue with him. I don't make life miserable for him. I don't make his life difficult, more difficult than it need to be. I give him pleasantry and softness and submission and smiles. All the stuff y'all claim y'all can never do. And all the stuff y'all claim lowers you. The lioness does that eagerly and happily. And guess what? We don't find ourselves somewhere tricking off. You'd have thought them was old women. Them women was like in their 30s or whatever. Some of them was cute enough to have a man. Why you ain't got a man? You at a lickety split party getting lamb chops rammed down your throat. Like, what is really happening to y'all? This is where the road has led you. This is where it has led. This is where strong and independent has led. You somewhere with random men kissing on you. Used to that. Let's start there. You used to kissing and freaking on random men. That part not weird to you. The weird part is now you gotta pay them to do it. Y'all ain't weirded out by the random men. That's why you're so comfortable with that. Random men touches you and go all down your throat anyway. Half of you ain't got no gag reflex for that very reason. So you used to random men touching all on you and all over you. That's another thing a lioness could never. I don't know you. Any random man touch us. So you used to having random men all around on you. And see, this is a niche that's growing. Because have y'all ever seen them little TikToks or whatever, little where they be in the little ice cream shop and they be in the little waffle shop and all that kind of stuff? And the men be, they be acting like, she back there swallowing glizzies at the counter. Y'all seen that? Please tell me I'm not the only one seeing that. Please tell me y'all have seen them. Y'all ain't seen them. Put a one in the chat if you seen it. I'm not playing. They be going in them little ice cream shops and all that kind of stuff. They make the little waffle cone and they make the little pastries or whatever. And the guy, he put it round like that's his thing, and then they stands in line and he grab them and, do them like this, but it be like a little, like a little ice cream or something they be eating. This is a whole new business thing that the men have found. The men have found it. They have found that you chicks is so freaking horny and desperate for a man to pay you any old kind of attention that they have combined food because you're big backs. They done combine food for your little big backed itself. Because a lot of y'all is big backed it. Let's just understand that you got big back. So they done figured out to put food to give you something to eat and give it to you sexually. Yeah. Those are the two base chakras. You know that, don't you? See, we're not even gonna get into that talk. And when those two chakras are closed, you actually you're debased like an animal. When your lowest chakra and the one here that control the food, I forget the names of them, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Those two chakras, you got to open them two to open the rest of them. Most people's are closed, debased. So the men have figured out that your little big back self is horny. This is horny big back activity. And the men have figured it out. The men said, oh, okay. Bet. Men are problem solvers. I keep on telling y'all not gonna like the way that the men decide that these problems need to be solved. Told y'all not gonna like that. And they said, we're gonna make money off of you. You big backed, you're horny, you ain't got no man. I know just what to do. I'm gonna feed you. I'm gonna feed you ice cream and glizzies. That's what you like. I know what you like. Anything long, I know what you like. And I'm gonna feed it to you in a sexual kind of way. You know, I'm gonna put it in and out of your mouth and all that kind of. I'm gonna do that. You're hungry and you're horny and you're big backed. Make a lot of money off of you. A lot of money off of you. You saw what he was doing with them bananas? He was steady going in and out of mouth with the banana. What now? Do we know what that means? We grown in here. We adults in here. Y'all know what he doing. He trying to see what that throat do. She done traded a strawberry and tongue all down her throat. This is a random man. Yeah. Let me put the link up here because so I posted the link. I'm gonna go on a quick commercial break, and then we're gonna come back. You guys can hit the link because we're gonna talk about here's the subject that we're gonna talk about. What's disqualifying you from the relationship? Okay. Matter of fact, before we go, this is the question of the day. This is what we talking about. What's keeping you single? After these messages, we'll be right back. Hello, my Crimsonites and all of my supporters. I invite you to go and get your copy of my new book, Reclaiming the Black Feminine, The Lies of Feminism and the Road to Recovery, on sale now at crimsoncure.com. This is guaranteed to change your perspective and positively impact your life. So go ahead now to crimsoncure.com and get your copy today. So go to crimsoncure.com, pick up your copy of Reclaiming the Black Feminine, Lies of Feminism, The Road to Recovery, which is on sale now. This is the question for call-ins. What's keeping you single? Let's go ahead into, did I get this one? I think I got you, Theo. Thank you to Renzo, said male prostitution and the Last Supper, and they're paying for it willingly. Thank you. Thank you, Frederick, said Maggle Destruction, BBL Trucking Company, LLC. Thank you, Tokyo Travelers, and Modern Chicks can't paint a picture without having sex with somebody. So you know they had all them draws off before dessert. Yeah. Thank you, Jared, said out here having to pay for intimate attention. Exactly. Thank you, Miss Celine. So that guy should have charged at least $5,000 per hour in hard cash. Thank you, Gloria, for your super sticker, sweetheart. I appreciate you. Thank you, International Quiet Storm. Book a session. Exactly. Thank you, Black Male Spirituality. So I walked in on Crimson preaching. Thank you once again, Miss Celine. So if a date goes well and a guy walking me to my car, he always asks first to kiss me or give me a hug because of how I carry myself. Even if I'm somewhere dressed sexy, I never get harassed at all. Thank you, Queen. So there are places like that in Japan also where male gigolos cater to and give purchased attention to highly educated and rich single women. Greetings, Cece in chat room from the South Pole. Thank you so much. And thank you. You can't see me. So I don't know if you ever thought of this, but touring to major cities is needed. And I couldn't think of a better person to spread your message. Be safe, sister. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And this is thank you, Elder Ben, for your contribution. Told y'all this is big back stuff. What we just saw, even if they ain't necessarily big backs, right? You lonely. How lonely as a woman do you gotta be to have to pay whatever it is these dudes is charging you? They probably had to come together and pay that. Put your money in, pool your money together to pay for some man to rub on you and choke you with a banana. That's why I say a lioness could never. But we got a couple people in the back, so I'm going to start taking some calls. Hit the link at the top of the chat if you want to discuss what is keeping you single. You want to be in a relationship, can't quite find out what's stopping you. We can get to the bottom of it. We definitely can do that. But right now, let me go ahead. I'm going to take my sis. How you doing, Miss Film Jim? How you doing, sweetheart?
Hi, Crimson.
Hey, sweetie.
How are you?
I am doing well. How you feeling today?
nice to see you. Nice to be here amongst all of you. I don't really have anything pertaining to today's topic, but I actually have some questions I wanted to ask you as a young lady. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. So just to give a little bit of insight about me, I'm Fem Gems. I'm a 24-year-old marriage-minded young lady. I'm from the Midwest, Chicagoland area. I know you're from Chicago. I'm from the region, a region red. I was raised by a single Black father from Mississippi. He raised me until he fell ill. My big sister, she took control of me, my sister, my twin sister. When he fell ill, my big sister raised us from the age of 8 until like 18 years old, and she actually got married, and she's been in marriage for 8 years. And I'm very, very marriage minded, and I do believe that I am a wife. I'm wife ready. I carry myself as a young lady that wants to be a wife. And so yeah, I'm just a bit nervous. I'm sorry, this is my first time on a stream. Okay, and right now I have three questions. One pertaining to physiology, my second question pertaining to career decision, and my third one is vetting. Okay, so guys, I want to speak.
So you say you're 24, right?
Yes, I don't have any kids.
Okay.
I would like to speak extemporaneously, but I do have like a little outline. I just want to stay consistent, and I don't want to be before anyone long. Okay, so my first one is that sometimes in this space, I'm a little bit confused because I know the men say that they don't want a woman that's career oriented, or they don't want someone that's super like independent or a boss babe, right? But my thing is, I'm a little bit perplexed in this space because it's like when we're talking about building, I'm big on like unification of the Black community, and it's like, how would I build with a man if I'm not driven as well? So it's like, what do men want? Is it really that they mind an ambitious woman that's a hustler, or is it the attitude and the superiority complex that we possess? So is that the problem with when they say that, or is it really like we don't know how to lay it down and compartmentalize that and lay that down when we get in the home to respect him and revere him as a man? That's my first question.
Okay. So to answer your first question, and I can see where a young woman might be a little bit confused based on what's said by this one and that one. This one over here says they don't mind. This one over here says it's a red flag. Here's the long and short of it. Most men, the majority of men, do not mind their women working in some way, having an education, having some type of job or something. Most men want their women to do something. Okay. That's not necessarily the problem. The way that I see it is a couple of issues that play into the demise of relationships, or what is a red flag to men. If you have a career, let me try to break this down. Women who put career first usually dismiss relationships, or they don't take relationships seriously, right? They have more respect and they're paying more attention to, they give their energy and time and focus more to what they're doing outside the home, and their husband or whatever get what's left of them. When in reality, that should be the other way around. Right? Your husband should get the best version of you, the most of you, the focus, the energy, the time. He should get that. And here's where we are really getting at. It's not just coming from nowhere. When we talk about the 10 life values, number 3 is what? Family. Number 8 is profession. Right? So when we say family comes before profession, what we're saying is our time, attention, energy, and focus is for our families, because your real job is not whatever pays you. Your real job is being a wife. That's your actual job. That's the job you're getting judged on from your husband. That's the job that the Most High is judging you on. That's the job that's going to keep it. Because when you think about a career or a profession, especially if you work for somebody else, these companies don't care. You are as replaceable as two left shoes. Okay.
Yes.
They don't got to give you, most times when you sign a contract or you sign your name on a dotted line for a job as an employee, one of the things they tell you is that we can fire you for right away. And we don't necessarily have to have a specific reason to do so. If we want to fire you and replace you and blah, 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 you'll just be replaced. Now, you got to give them a 2-week notice and they don't give you nothing, right? You'll just be in a problem with, and your money is a problem, and those bosses and those execs or whoever it is you trying to impress at a job, they couldn't care less what your family looked like, what your home looked like, how much of a shambles your relationship is in. They don't care about none of that. Your husband, on the other hand, cares much more about you than any boss or any job or any coworker could ever care, right? Because if the
what happened? No.
fail at almost a 50% rate, right? Businesses fail at almost a 50% rate. So even if you were an entrepreneur putting your energy into that, he got your back whether that go through or not. So our focus as women, our job as women, because our purpose as women is our husbands, the job and the profession comes secondary. I'm also going to tell you this much. One of the ways in which to strike the balance or to make sure that you're not battling between career focus and husband focus is work with your husband, not separate from him. And when I say separate from him, I don't mean work against him. I mean just working a separate job for some other company that don't got nothing to do with the way he make his money. Some of the most successful marriages, when the two people are ambitious, if you got that ambition spirit, that hustling spirit, that spirit of going out and get it, that's fine, because the reality is that lionesses hunt. Lionesses hunt. We hunt. And we got to have the ability to hunt. Men do not like stupid women because they become a liability to them. Men like women who are assets to them, and you can be an asset in many ways to a man. However, you have to make sure that that hunting is for us, not me. He got to benefit from that hunt. If he don't benefit from that hunt, there's no reason to do that hunt. You're on the wrong hunt.
Okay.
Did that make sense?
Yes, that makes perfect sense. Okay, and I have my physiology question. So I believe that my future man deserves the best version of me, the healthiest mindset of me, the healthiest and best body. And I'm a caregiver right now. And I would get into these kind of arguments with my client, and she told me, like, she has this mindset of like, a man should accept me for who I am. And her concerning point was like, well, do you really love me for me, or is it the superficial things? And I've always been the fit girl in my family and all of that. So like so I feel as though when she came to me with that attitude or perspective, I think about what concerns me is that Black women's representation. We're leading in some of the most horrendous ailments and health statistics that are really harming us. And then it's like we're dying by default in our community. And so like I'm on another thing is our beauty is one of our best assets as women. Like we're supposed to be beautiful. We're supposed to be like soul food to a man, And so like am I wrong for wanting? Is that unrealistic for me to want to give my man the best version of me, the best attitude, a winning spirit, like just to be overall like competitive. Like I'm competitive. I'm willing to put myself out there. I'm willing to do the uncomfortable things that my community isn't doing. I'm willing to raise myself up. I'm willing to compete for my man. And I know he's out there, and I know I'm a wife, and I know that I have a competitive spirit in a feminine way. Not in like I'm going to work against him. I'm here to be complimentary to a man. So does that make sense? Like, am I? Because I feel like I'm being misguided when she tells me that, because it's like I do think that you're supposed to compete, because when my man goes out in the world, he might see another woman that looks good, and I always got to keep myself up. I always have to be appealing to him. Is that wrong? I know I'm 24, and I always say the only thing I do know is how much I don't know, but I don't have that maternal guidance in my life, and I do feel like some women in our community are mediocre, and they just give us poor guidance, and I just want to. Does that make sense? Like, I want to give
It
him the
makes
best.
plenty of sense. So let me
Okay.
help you. Let me help you. It should never be a question. There is a line between having somebody accept you for you and making changes. When here's the proper way.
Oh, it's freezing.
Okay, your core personality. That is what that actually means. Want me for me. Love me for the actual essence of the person I am. That's what you want your husband to do. And men don't even gravitate towards women or keep them if they don't like them to that degree, if they don't like the essence of who that woman is. That's when you say, love me for me, because your core personality, the real core of you, that's who you are. What your values are and things that's who you are. And so you have to align that with a husband, a man, in order to be chosen as his wife and move forward in a relationship. In terms of beautification and physical appearance and making sure, that's also a part of being your best. It's a part both of health value and appearance value, right?
Yeah.
It's health too, because if you're not healthy, and while we're talking about it, for those of you who are listening and want to shake your head, you cannot be 350 pounds and healthy. It's not possible. The obesity in and of itself is not healthy. Even if you're not necessarily having complications at this time from the obesity itself is problematic. So let's for anybody listening and want to shake their head about that. Number one, the health. You want to be able to keep your health up, because you want a man that's going to keep his health up. You're trying to live as long as you possibly can.
Okay.
And you're trying to be healthy, and you're trying not to be 50 with all of these medical problems and all this other kind of stuff, just all because you didn't pay attention to it in your 20s and your 30s. And you thought, oh, well, he should just accept me for me. Ain't nobody accepting no big bellies for no reason. You got a gut for no reason. Listen to me. I'm going to tell you something. And I see the super chats. I'm going to get to it. I'm going to tell you something. My first husband passed away in 2018. I was about 300 plus at that time. For all of my internals, I know how to be a wife and blah, 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 blah. The outside was not appealing. Too big. One thing that I knew, I said, no matter how good of a woman I am, no man is going to know that, because he's not going to be attracted enough to even come over there in the first place to see whether or not he likes the inside, because the outside is not good enough. Not only that, how uncomfortable was I at 300 plus?
Child, you ain't got to tell me.
Okay, how uncomfortable, how not looking good in your clothes, how not, being disappointed because you got to buy 2 X's and 3 X's and this X and that X, and the pants don't fit right in the skirt. You look at all online and these women look good in the dress, and you know for a fact you ain't about to look good like that in that dress. That dress finna hit you. You finna be built. You sitting there built like a bag of russet potatoes, and that dress ain't about to look good on you. You look stupid. You look funny in it and all that kind of stuff. I know the struggle. I know the struggle. You don't feel good about it. You don't feel good. Women have to have confidence in their own self, in their own beauty, We have to be comfortable in our own beauty. And that means do control whatever you can control. And we can control weight. We can control how we look and stuff like that. We can control that. You may not be able to control your height. You can't control your face. You look what you look like and all that kind of stuff. But weight and things of that nature that fall firmly within our grasp to control, we definitely need to control that. And you're young. Let me tell you something, as a 45-year-old woman on a weight loss journey, Miss Fem Jim, you 24, do it now. Now. Your body got all kind of snap back, baby. Your body snapping. At 40, it changes hormonally. The amount of difficulty losing weight grows exponentially once you get past like your late 30s and into your 40s, because your hormones change. You change as a woman and your body's just not doing the same thing. It takes so much more work. I wish I had never gotten big in my 30s, and I wouldn't have had to have that fight in my 40s. You in your 20s, if you're concerned about your weight, if you're concerned about your health and things, and then don't listen to no chick talking about he need to accept you good, because she ain't there. She ain't no man, and she not gonna be your man. So it don't matter what she talking about. What she talking about don't mean nothing. You do it first of all for your health and appearance, because you need to look good. You need to feel good. You need to be healthy. That is the best version of you. And a man will see the best version of you and appreciate that you're keeping up with your hair and your face and your size and your this and your that, because we don't want them getting sloppy and nasty looking.
Okay. Yes.
We want the best version of him all the time.
Yes.
So why wouldn't we reciprocate that?
Right.
Hold on for 1 second before you get to your last question. Let me do these super chats really quickly. Well, you know what? I'm not going to do the super chats. Give me your third question.
Okay, and my third question is vetting. What are some good questions to ask when dating to get to know a man, and some possible red flags? I did create a wife resume. I wanted to show it to you really quickly, if you can see it. So, and I'm trying to get myself back into the dating market, and I thought this would make me set me apart from everyone else. And I hope this trend becomes a trend on your platform. Maybe a young girl can see my wife resume and get inspired to take this seriously. So yeah. Did you hear my question?
Yes. So I heard your explanation. So you're asking what questions should you ask for, like
Oh yeah,
vetting and things of that nature.
Yes,
Go ahead.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Some good when you're dating, going out in the dating market, what are some good questions to ask a man, and maybe some possible red flags to look out for? And then I have mentioned my wife resume I have made.
Right.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. All right. So the first thing, and I think people always get a little bit confused about it, is that women who are looking to get married, we don't date. We go into courting, not dating. And I'm gonna show you the difference. I'm gonna tell you the difference. Dating is what's going on now. The hookup culture and going out and going that. It doesn't have any intent behind it. Courting has an intention behind it. The intention of a court is to move towards marriage, or see if you two can move towards marriage, right? Dating is just going around trying to figure out, it's a vibe, it's a feeling. So I said that to say this. The first thing that you're looking for is a man that expresses his intentions. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, sweetheart?
Yeah, it's breaking up just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's yeah, I can hear you.
Right. So the thing about it is, you are listening more than you're asking questions to him. And that's not to say you don't ask questions, just hear me out. Things that you are listening for. You are listening for, number one, a man's intention towards you. What does he want? Did it break up? Is it broke up for everybody else? She had to drop. It dropped. I don't know if she's going to be able to come back because sometimes the StreamYards does that on the phone. But whether she comes back or not, I'm gonna answer the question. The first thing that you're doing, like I said, is you're courting, not dating. Courting typically ends in a marriage. Dating does not. Okay. The next thing, you're listening more than you're asking questions. And that's not to say that you don't ask questions, but you're listening. And you are listening for his intention towards you. Is it a relationship? Is it not? I figure you got disconnected, but hopefully I'm still going to answer your question, beloved. What is his intent? Men say what they want. Men tell you pretty much immediately what they want with you. Okay. Do they want to marry you? Do they just want to freak with you? Do they just want to kick it with you and all this other type of stuff? They say what they want. Your job as a woman is to listen to what he said and take what he said at his face value. Don't try to get him to change what he said. He said what he said. If he says my intention is I'm looking for a wife and my intention is to court a woman so that we can get married, that's his intent. If he tell you something like, man, I'm just kicking in to try to see, you know what I'm saying? We ain't even got to do nothing. Just kick it. You feel me? And just see where it go. That's what he means. He means I'm going to waste your time. I don't have no particular where we going or particular reason why I'm with you. You look good. I want to have sex a few times, and stuff like that. And then we'll see if we vibe and stuff like that. That means we're not going anywhere. There's no actual goal or reason and all of that type of stuff for me to be with you. I'm over here because I'm passing the time with you. That's what he said. He said, kick it. When you kick it, you passing time. Okay. Listen very intently to what he says. Men have intent. They express that intent very clearly. The next thing that you're listening for is his plan for his life. What do he want to do? You are now listening for his vision. You are now listening for his purpose, what he's doing, his goals. When you listen for that, the thing that you're listening for is clarity in his mind about what he's going to do and what he intends and what he may already be doing. And you are also listening for your ability to submit to that. Because when you submit to a man, you are not just submitting to the physical man. You are also submitting to his purpose. You are also submitting to his vision and what he's going to do in the direction in which he's going in his life. You are submitting to that. That's the system, order, and structure that you're putting yourself and signing yourself up for. So you are listening to see whether or not you are able, realistically, to submit yourself to such a vision. Do the values align? Okay. What's the values? Do you see things the same way? Spirituality, health, family, appearance, dwelling, mobility, education, profession, leisure, and wealth. Do you see these things the same way? Are you moving in the same direction? Can you move in the same direction? Do you have the same spiritual base? Because this man is not just a leader to you financially and in the life of the world. He's also your spiritual leader. So you're going to have to be listening to him. You are essentially putting your life in this man's hands. So you are listening to see what his intentions are with his hands. Questions come up naturally because you're going to start asking questions about his vision and about his value system and things of that nature. Nobody asks people about, what you make annually. He's either able to take care of you or he can't. He's either able to give provision or he's not able to do that. And that should be evident from the way he lives his own life. If a man has order in his life, he can bring order to your life. If he got chaos and BS all in his life, he cannot bring order to your life. A man will bring to you what he has. He either has system, order, and structure, or he got chaos to bring. Avoid men with a bunch of chaos and a bunch of BS, because that is what he's going to bring. We already chaotic enough as women, so we don't need that. We're chaotic enough. We're enough in that department. Lions have orders. They have a way in which they live their lives, and they do it unerringly. And anybody that is in their pride is subject to that system, order, and structure also. And just always be feminine and nice, even if the courting does not work out. Always be nice. Always be feminine. Always be kind. Always give the best version of you. And that will attract the proper energies and the proper intent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the super chats, and then I'm going to get this last person, which is probably going to be the last person unless somebody else comes in. But let me get these super chats because they kind of piled up a little bit. Black male spirituality said outline. Really? Common man, thank you, said there's no woman that should ever be lonely. If she's lonely, there's something wrong with her, not the men around her. That's why they never build homeless shelters for lone women. Thank you again. Comments that all a woman has to do is be a woman, and she'll never be alone. Men never in history have it that easy. That's probably why we as men die before women. Think about that. Let's see. Thank you, Skinny Boy 20 said TikTok is full of dating coaches doing baddie grooming. A few comment sections I combed through were disheartening. These women are in big trouble. Thank you guys for your contributions. I'm gonna take Yikwaba. How you doing? Can you hear me? There we go.
Assalamu alaikum, sister.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How you feeling?
I'm feeling okay.
Alhamdulillah.
I wanted to just come on and tell you thank you for trying to get our people to get ourselves back together. I think we lost a lot being over here in these places, not just in America. But I just want to give some advice to the sister that came up here and some of the other ones that may come in the future. I want to tell y'all, y'all got to know the difference between a brother, cause it's tricky. Some of us got let me turn this off. Some of us got we have the ability to resist. You understand what I'm saying? Some of us have the ability to resist a female, and some of us we don't practice self-control. So be careful with that, because a brother could be talking to you. He may like you and all that, but if you start, letting go of your flesh, he gonna follow. A lot of guys is gonna follow you in that right there. So just be careful, y'all, and dress yourself how you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you see the hijab, all these things, they mean something. And I think that we have to really start thinking about what we wear, because some of us think that it don't matter what I wear. This is what I like. But if we really want the results that we've been asking for, many sisters say they want a man that fears Yah and all these things, then dress to the par. What kind of man you want? You want a Christian guy that say the law done away with? You want a guy that say that he's trying to fall after the Torah? Then dress yourself in that manner. And that's what I want to bring out. Dress wear is very important. Don't just clean the inside, but also keep the outside. And thank you for letting me come up, sister. I'm about to go. My wife done cook, and I'm hungry.
Okay.
All right. And
Well, thank you. I appreciate your time, brother. And say hello to the family for me. And thank you so much.
will do, and I will be rejoining. I wanted to start back giving to more channels like I used to. I done lagged off, but I'm gonna start back. But shalom, sister. Keep
All
up the
right
good
then.
work.
Salams to you. Have a good one. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Well, everything good?
Yes.
I just left the house, baby. I have like 2 packages in the front of the house.
Oh,
I just let you know that one. But also, I want to let all the young ladies know because there's a big myth and there's a big misconception going around that that says that the women have to get their careers first and then later on build a family. Let me tell you something. You can get a career at any time in life. You can get a career at any time in your life. I don't watch people become. There's a man that you can see them. You can see him on the internet. He's 55 and he became a doctor. He was a mechanic most of his life, and at 55 he became a doctor. There are people you could become a psychologist. A career could be got at 40. A career could be at 35. But you know what you can't get at any time is a family. That's what you can't get at any time.
exactly.
This is why family has to be prioritized. You can work on your education. There's nothing wrong with working on your education. There's nothing wrong with having something so that you'll be able to take care of yourself in life. Having a little career or something that's going to help you and your family. You know, you have some funds to put in with your husband or however you want to do in life. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you don't prioritize family, family is something you can't do when you want to do. That's why, that's the number one reason why it must be a priority. You have a limited window to make a family. You have a limited window. And once that window gone, you can't get it back. But guess what? You can get that degree when you're 50. You can
Exactly.
get that degree when you're 45. That degree ain't going nowhere, especially in this modern age. You can get a career at any point in your life. What you can't get at any point in your life is family. So focus on family first. Have your career, but your main focus should be in developing a meaningful relationship with somebody to build with them. So y'all can have that rags to riches story. So you could have that going from the getting it out the mud and have build that bond with one another. Because you started out together and y'all started out, y'all didn't really have too much, but then you build up and you build it. And success is not measured in how much money you made, because that's not success to God. Success is measured in the type of family structure you can build. Can produce responsible adults that's not out here killing, robbing, raping, thieving, and disrespecting people? Can you build a family structure and a community that's based on good moral structure and spirituality? This is important. When you can do that, when you can build a community that's going to go out there and produce more people that are beneficial to the community, that is success. Success is not measured in the amount of money that you have. Because you hear too many people talking about, I'm successful, I'm successful. You successful because you completed a 4-year course? If that's the case, all of us successful because everybody who went from kindergarten to 12th grade then went through a 12-year course. So we all successful if that's how you're measuring success. I'm successful because you finished a 4-year course. I thought to be successful, you had to do something exponentially well be recognized by your peers because you did something that somebody else didn't think of or didn't think of to do in your career and in your field. That's what we assume success was in your career, in your field. You stood out from the rest. Not that you became a doctor like the millions of other people became a doctor in 4 years. That's not success. Because you was able to go past a 4-year course and get a PhD. I'm successful. How? What did you do that garnered success in your life? What did you do of exponential importance that people have to say, oh, yeah, you're a successful person? You're just calling yourself successful to feed your ego. But nobody have to tell you you're successful when you reach a certain age and you're sitting there with your wife and y'all can look back at your family and know that your family is going to be all right because of the values and the morals that you instilled in them, not in the money that you give them. Because if you die today or tomorrow and you leave your kids $1 million and they crackheads, guess what they're going to do with the money? They're going to smoke crack. So y'all want to leave the children all this legacy and all this money. But what the money going to do for them? Because in the end, if they don't, you haven't instilled any moral compass in them kids, you're going to find that those kids are going to use that money for more evil, to do them more harm, to do people more harm in life than they ever could do good. So you wasted your life leaving them these houses and cars and all that, but you didn't leave them no morality. So now they trick off with the money. They use all this material stuff. They never invest the money. So where is the success? Where's the legacy? The legacy is in that spirituality, that morality you left. Because that's going to carry from them to the grandchildren, to the great-grandchildren, that whatever morality you left from them, that's something you'll never be able to take from them. No matter what type of money they make or don't make. It's important that you successful family, that is success. When you raise up decent human beings in this world, not the botch. Oh, we're not going to listen. Hey, listen. Watch, Listen, baby. You know how I get sometimes, but I'm passionate about it. And my baby know how much I'm passionate about this topic and this subject, because I have 6 daughters myself. All of them grown. All of them high school, and some of them went to college. But one thing they know that they daddy taught them, that family is important. Family first. Because they never been around no woman their daddy wasn't married. All of my children can attest to that. I don't bring anybody around my children. I don't bring whores and slides and jump offs around my kids, not my boys or my girls. They've never seen that from their father. So it's important to me when that young women get this, to establish family first. I teach my daughters. All my daughters are great. Like I said, they're very smart, beautiful young women. But I always stress to them, well, what are you doing in terms of trying to get a family? I know you're in college right now, but I know somebody like you. And you're not ignoring everybody. You ain't about to tell daddy that lie. So whoever you're giving attention to, make sure it's important and that y'all building families first, and try to build a family and make sure with whoever you're dealing with, you're serious about they're dating you or dealing with you with intention and not just to be with you. And once you get that person settled in y'all grind, it's important. Career could come anytime. What come first is family. So that was just my message. I love you, baby.
I love you
I'm
too.
gonna see you in a little bit. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum
Peace to
assalam.
everybody.
Okay. All right. Love you,
Yeah,
sweetie.
that's it. All right, babe.
All right. Assalamu alaikum.
Y'all take.
All right. So, ain't nothing I can say after Unc comes and shuts things down. So, nothing I can say after that. And so, what we're going to do is, I see the brothers in the back. Let's pick this up next week. I'll pick it back up, of course, We're going to do the live stream. We're going to keep going with the live call-in shows, but I'm going to go ahead and end this and wrap this up. I'm going to read these last few super chats, and then I'm going to end up wrapping things up. And I want to thank everybody for coming through, whether I got to you or not. I want to thank you for your time and for calling in. Thank you. Sterling Life said hello, says, hey, how you doing? I appreciate you. Appreciate your contribution. And thank you so much. Dale said going to university and college and obtaining good grades does not equate to your level of intelligence. You and Unc are spot on. Nice to see y'all on the same screen. Thank you so much. I appreciate you as well. And last but certainly not least, RBN, thank you so much, Sal. I really dig you doing call-in streams. I hope to pull up one day. I hope you pull up one day as well. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that came through. So we're going to wrap this up. So jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure. And this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.